I'm so they staying home.
You can go. She's not so they stay.
My baby trying to go up the steps, jump off, get this.
I don't think it has.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you, girls are just so much. Girls are chill. Tiny girls are chill. Girls can play something.
Yeah, they said I didn't think they're dogs. Boys.
Wait till they turn into
That's normal, girl.
little young teenagers.
Oh yeah, then you kind of want to play.
Right. Like, okay, I'll keep your girls while they live, and then I'll get my boys back.
I didn't realize you were there to hang out. But they just asked me that. Yeah, I did tell some of my people to log on if they could. I didn't really know. Okay. Lexi, come here for a second. Let me just send a text. I said maybe it's not. Megan. Not it. Oh, the other Megan. Oh, matter of fact, I was just sending a message. I was like, hey, Megan. I have someone with Megan. I call her Megan from Dallas. Oh, yeah. Like, wait, which Megan is this? We got one. Yeah. Yeah, because I think I was asking her last night about her hair growth because one of my friends. So that's one less thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. When she said that, I was like, good. I'm good. That's what I told Christy. Oh my God. So I was saying maybe we could just help her with it. Like, but it shouldn't be that much. Just trying to yeah. And I'm calling to see what parking is and if you have to pay the parking on the parking. Now, did they did put out that itinerary? Fallon was asking me about that. Yeah, because she was asking about something about like the party or something like this with a tire. I think that she is like it works stuff, right? Right.
So I mean, I have never gone glam, but people be in there and prom.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna do all
this year the theme is bling, so I think that most people are wearing. No, it's bling like sequin. Yeah.
You ready for your birthday? It's not this sequin I was gonna wear for New Year's Eve. Maybe I can wear that.
And it don't have to be long, but most people normally wear like.
I always wanted a girl, but
I have a cocktail.
Say hi. Yeah, you can do that with like some legs and stuff, you know. But them shoes in there with. Right again, custom down today.
You was the one drawing.
But that's what you got for. You think it's right now?
I'm in there and just some cute whatever. It probably won't be no down there.
Well, what about like I have a black and
it'll probably be
like a black bottom, but it's a cute dress where the top is like silver and shiny. With the sleeves are cut like open.
Girl, I'm so glad Alena said something. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know in the first year. I was in there in a romper, child.
Girl, no, you weren't.
I was.
By yourself in a romper, Alena.
No, I had like it was like an all black thing, like everybody had wear black. So I just wore like it was like a wide leg pants. It was cute, but it wasn't like. I mean, folks had on wedding attire.
I'm coming trying to outdress me. Kind of far. I'm already carrying.
Hey guys, so we're gonna be getting started in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, but I have no dress. I have some pants like this silver and shiny.
I'm gonna go over to Facebook to see who we have on the line.
Oh, you mean for us to drive? You mean for us to drive?
What you say, Lex?
Like we gotta do all of that.
Yeah.
For where?
And I don't have that much. I was just saying, I have gowns if I can fit them on my page. I mean, I do have gowns that look like that. I got a sequin gown, but it really has a train on it. Like it's real.
And sometimes
It ain't mine. I keep saying my name.
I don't know if she listens to me. All right, here. Where's Brent?
He doing some work.
See me again where you were.
Coke.
Oh, that's what I thought you were saying. Well, are you ready? How did your thing go the other night?
She right my phone here.
Oh, yeah. Doing what? Curling it
Yeah,
down.
she was just bringing. No, she wasn't even curling it down, but she was just doing a regular thing, and she just kind of hit it, and I was like, and she was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "You just burnt me." She was like, "Did I?" I'm like, "Yes, my whole face is on fire." So I text my mama like the next day with the picture. She was like, "Oh, that's bad. She need to get some rest the night before." I was like, "Mom, that's not what I text you for. I text you to say, was it gonna be that bad?"
No, it's gonna fall off, peel off. I burnt Lexi the other day. It's all good. I did. I burnt on her shoulder. I didn't mean to, but she jumped and I dropped the comb on her shoulder. So. Because I took her to get her hair done before Thanksgiving. We both went, and then the little heifer turned around 2 days later and wet her hair. And I was mad.
I bet you were.
So I don't know, she came out and I rolled her hair up. That's what she said to roll. So it was like everywhere. And then she went in the bathroom.
So I just posted something on the Young and Free Facebook page to let me know who is joining us via Hangout. So check in and let us know.
I had to straighten it back out. But, yeah. I used to sweat my hair. Yeah, I do too. She does too. This is actually, like leftover. I'm surprised it's still.
So where do y'all want to meet? Over here, over there? What's easier? I mean, I know we don't have chairs for everybody, but we got the ottoman and the sofa in that chair, and then we could bring these over, or y'all can sit over here. Like, what's the preference? Over here? Okay, cool.
It looks like the roll was cut off, but
You got the car? You got somebody pushing too. Did you say thank you? All right, so we got Tia, Tiara, Alicia, Megan, Nancy.
oh my gosh.
Are you okay? My baby just not going through separation anyway. Like 2 weeks ago. I wish she was. I'm like, what are you doing? Signing out. All right. Yeah.
All she needs is last name.
So they're not still missing like. Like a baby.
Like everybody's doing it.
No, they really don't. I just don't look like, you know, they're like, oh yeah, they don't look like me. I show you.
Yeah, definitely don't.
Aaron,
You know? You know?
let me know if you need the link so you can get $10 off. Okay.
I hope somebody can talk to your name.
Oh, that's they have.
Hustling that link. Hopefully hustling no rap.
Why you playing? Want me to tell you what they call me at my job? Hustling and making. Yeah, I swear, because I'm always every time they say something, I don't feel good. You ain't drink your green tea.
That's
I'm
exactly how.
so tired. You need some energy, Megan. No. And then you know what they did, girl? They rap. It's gonna be alright because when these income checks come in,
When is that? Is that where?
I don't know.
You said they get them late this year.
Really?
Yeah, because my sister's boyfriend works at, well, yeah, works at IRS, and I think they're gonna start accepting January 26th, which is late, right?
What is it? I think so. I think it's like I don't know the dimension. I think there is one.
There's like no difference.
But I just liked it because I was able to put my name on it.
No, I ain't mad with you.
Okay, so it seems like we have a pretty, we don't have like any super newbies. So, I guess, and we have a few people online tonight, but most of the people online are not super new either. So I guess let's just kind of recap. Let's go back around and introduce ourselves, and then I'm just gonna kind of go over some basics, but also some leadership tips because a lot of you all have teams. Everybody has teams except for you, right? You don't either. Okay. The only two people don't have distributors under them. So we can talk about team duplication, leadership, and then if you all have questions online, just somebody can either start a new thread or you all can comment on the one I started and let us know your questions. So when you go around, introduce yourself, tell us how long you've been in the business, and name one thing that you kind of want to touch on tonight so I can add it to my key. So we'll start with you.
I'm Maya. I've been in the business since September.
What you said?
I guess one thing I want to touch on with maybe just be cold messaging, I guess.
Cold messaging.
Like your 100s list, like people you haven't talked to in forever.
Like what do you say?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
My name is Audrey, and I've been in the business August, September. And I think cold messaging is one thing, and then I think also getting ready for this busy season. It's like how it's gonna be busy and how to be best prepared. Is that all you have?
Yeah. Okay.
My name's Chastity. I've been in the business since December. And we kind of touched on what pretty much I'm looking to kind of just planning your daily schedule and working the business, kind of not overdoing and getting stressed out. And basically just kind of structure how to work it and then maximize the results with doing well in like the tax season and, really like building my team and everything within the next month.
All right.
And I'm Ivory. Been in the business since the end of mid-March. And I would want to touch on how to reboot.
How to reboot?
How to reboot. Your business or your reboot business?
Momentum.
I'm Megan. I've been in the business since May, and I want to touch on, I would say, closing distributors.
And so when you say closing distributors, what is the
Like I have a lot
what
of
is the
people.
pushback that you commonly get?
It's I want to join. What do I need to do? When I talk to them, okay, I'll hit you back, and then I'll get people. It's the same people who are literally like liking and commenting, saying that they want to join, and then when I hit them up, it's just like it's nothing. So I'm just trying to figure out what is it that I need to do, or how can I? Because what I do is I just do I kind of just move on. I mean, I touch back with them, but I don't hover over them or anything. I don't make it seem like I need you. I just say, okay, well, let me know when you're ready, and then we'll go from there. And like, I recently hit up a girl who I spoke with back in like October, and she was like, I'm finally ready. I was just thinking about it the other day, and I was like, I'll just start sending you some videos. Trying to start going over. She's like, okay. So it's just still, nothing's cool. So I don't know if it's just a money thing or what.
Okay. I'm Lasagna. I joined February 26th of last year. And I guess one thing that I would like to touch on would be, okay, so my biggest struggle with this business is like, it's gonna be so crazy when I say this, but like, working in this business is a struggle for me because I don't like that my success depends on other people. I think when I first came in this business, it was like, okay, cool, I got it, I know how to do this. But then I feel like I slowed down because it's like, okay, I gotta get these people on board and gotta get them motivated. But the reality, you can't motivate someone who doesn't want it. So either they want it or they don't. But it can be very discouraging to that point. So my question is, like, what do you do when you have a team? You onboard them. Where do you go from there? Like, do you keep holding their hand? Because you're like after 30 days, I feel like, because the reality is, I feel like you really don't need anyone to tell you how to run your business. Everything is done for you. But I find that a lot of people,
Duplication is what you're trying to do.
I guess duplication. That's it. But I'm just like,
I'm Shaquita. I've been in the business since last March, April, somewhere around there last year. And I think kind of what Maya said, Instagram, I don't know, this was not, social media is new to me. I mean, I was on social media, but I feel like Instagram, like I could do so much more if I could connect with people on Facebook. I mean, I think I got Facebook covered. Like I can talk and I feel comfortable, but Instagram, I'm not. Like I don't really know. And like I was just telling Sonya, like I cold messaged somebody yesterday and they flat out just like returned and said no today, you know. And it was like, well, dog, what else you supposed to say? I mean, what can you say to that now, you know? And that was using a message that I think Candace put out there. But then I've gotten some response to that same message, and people are like, yeah, I want to know more. But then, like you said, Megan, you know, I've had 2 people this week that said, oh, I want to be a part, I want to do it, but then, oh, now I'm too busy. Like, I think I'm too busy. One girl said she thought she would do a disservice to the business. So then what do you come back with that, you know? Like, she just caught me off guard, so I didn't know exactly how to respond to that one.
Okay. So, Instagram, which we probably won't be able to go into that, because, you know, that's like a whole day. And then, what do you say when people say they're too busy?
Yeah, like I listened to, what's her name, Leah Lightner last night, and she, you know, kind of like what people said before. Oh, we like the busiest people because you can multitask, you can do this, that, and the other. But the reality is, it's like, I mean, kind of like if you don't want to do it, like if they're not self-motivated, it's only so much motivation you can give somebody, you know? You know, and they may see you getting customers or you adding on, but they don't feel like they can do that same thing. So I guess duplication too is like, you know, having to really, you know, and push people out there and say, okay, now you lead, you know, if I come to a party with you, I want you to do the talking and the hosting, not rely on me to do it.
Okay, cool. And let me just check really quickly. Oh, we have 24 team members. Hey guys. Looks like everyone decided to not show up to the in-person. Saving gas. Okay, so let's see if we have any let's see if we have any comments. I'm starving, but I just had my broccoli, so I'm feeling a little better. Okay, so I don't see any comments. So if you all have anything that you want covered tonight, just post it in here.
It's really mind over matter. And then I've been, you know,
What's wrong with this thing?
I have been praying more. It really does. I mean, I think of myself like a reading. So like a lot of times I pray more. Literally, so this will not be your time. You can eat yourself. I'm good. I'm around people eating popcorn. I didn't get everything.
Starting.
I got to feed Dylan. She ain't fast. I'm sorry. I'm fine. Now these cashews are my little
It's okay. So I'm gonna stand for a little bit because I'm feeling like a little hot from my thermostat. Okay, I want to talk about some stuff that's gonna seem really basic, but I'm mainly discussing it with you all, not because you all don't know about it, but mainly because I want you to make sure that when you're introducing people to this business, that it's something that you go over. So number one, in the business builder kit, you know, we all get products, right? We have the opportunity to, I'm used to it. I'm like, oh, it's like one thing. So in the business builder kit, we get the 4 racks, right? And obviously when you are introducing people to the business, you can put out there, okay, you can use these 4 racks to reinvest in your business. I mean, not reinvest, but to make your initial investment back. But one of the things, I mean, I think that that's great, but, you know, one of the things that I want to point out to a lot of people is that the wraps that come in the kit serve as a tool to really create duplication. So the only thing that can duplicate in this business is products, okay? And the reason why is because our products are generic enough where regardless of who you are, what your style is, what your network is, you can get someone interested in the products and the results, okay? So, you know, you can come in and teach someone social media, try to teach them branding, try to teach them leadership, but depending on who the person is, it can take 6 months to a year for them to fully grasp all those concepts, right? But the actual usage of products is something that can be taught instantly, right? Because everybody can use vitamins, everybody can learn how to put on a wrap, all right? And it makes it where instead of that person coming in and feeling like they have to basically get this whole new skill set to be successful in this business, really distributors are just glorified customers, okay? So I'm pointing that out because this should be a moment for you all where you really see that, number one, when you're talking to people, right? So I had a conversation with a girl yesterday who's getting ready to become a distributor. You know, she was interested in her product. She was trying to figure out if she should become a distributor. And so the conversation that I had with her, and I think we had this on an opportunity call a couple of months ago, was that there is no real difference between customers and distributors initially, okay? A distributor is literally someone who is coming in just like a customer and using a product, okay? But as a distributor, you have now gotten the license to not just tell people about the product, but tell people about the product, and if they decide that they too want to try it, you can get a percentage of commission, okay? So what that means is that when you're on the phone with prospects, it's important that you don't try to oversell the duties of a distributor, okay? Because if someone feels like they're taking on a new full-time job, it don't matter how good the products are, how great your posts are, how good of a salesperson they are, that you are, the idea of them having to work another 9 to 5 stresses them out in their mind immediately, okay? But if you basically say, look, as a distributor, you're basically just a customer using a product, and if you refer somebody, you'll get a check for it. You know, do you feel like you can use product every day, right? When you're talking to distributors, instead of trying to figure out if they're like this ideal business person, this person that can grind it out, the ideal hustler, that to me sends a lot of people away, because number one, everybody doesn't have to be that person to be successful in this business. You know, nor does everybody want to be at that level where they have, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in. Some people literally just want $500, you know, which they can get, you know, from a couple of referrals who refer. And that all starts with using the product, okay? So in 2016, I want you all to really focus on the product more than anything, okay? I really want you all to stress less about the semantics, so, you know, less about, okay, what am I saying wrong, and more about, let me just get on the phone with these people and make sure that they're doing their rap. So when somebody asked, I was having a conversation with Cydia, and she asked me, well, what are you doing differently to onboard your distributors? And I told her the biggest thing that I'm doing differently is that I'm really not onboarding them anymore. What I'm doing is I'm really just on top of them about using their products, okay? So the 4 wraps that come in the business builder kit, if they absolutely need the money back, fine. But my suggestion is for all of your new distributors coming in, really encourage them to use the product. And this is why those 4 wraps explode businesses, okay? When they wrap, a couple of things happen. Number one, they get a better understanding of what the product is, how it should be applied, and how it works from personal experience, okay? Yes, I could sit right here and show a video, but something still won't click to someone exactly what's going on until they actually get the wrap on them, feel the sensation, right? Same with the other products. No one really gets super excited about Convianza just from a picture. It's not until they have it in their system and they feel great that they get excited about it. It's not until someone gets their own hair growth results that they get excited about it, okay? And so instead of spending time giving out, you know, self-help books, videos to watch, motivational quotes, the motivation will be internal when they experience the products, okay? So more than anything, you should be encouraging your distributors to use the products. And that's just a big push, not just from me, but I think from everybody. You know, that's why they made all of this big to-do over the system. That's why you see Pam finally sitting back and saying, okay, I'm gonna use this month to get results. They just sent out an email to all VIPs like, hey, use the system so we can give you your before and after pictures and you can talk about it. Because the thing is, when you get results, you get excited. When you get excited, something happens naturally. You start talking to people, okay? It's not because your upline called you and said, hey, did you tell somebody about the wrap today? It's because you can't believe what the products did for you, okay? It's less of a job. It's less of a task. It's literally just a natural thing that happens when you love something, okay? That's when you taste an amazing French fry. You see what's on my mind?
Yes, clearly.
Okay. It's when you go to an amazing spa, when you have an amazing glass of wine. You know, the restaurant always comes and tells you, oh, tell your friends about it, right? But they don't even have to say that because you already text them like, girl, this restaurant is amazing, or this place is amazing. You already taking pictures because you enjoy the experience, okay? So the products will take away you as leaders having to do all of this extra stuff. Okay, extra stuff means feeling like you gotta train them 5 hours out the month, feeling like you gotta give them 1 million books, feeling like you gotta tag them in every video. You don't have to do all of that when someone has an experience, because the experience is something that they naturally want to share. Also, what happens is they get results, right? So results is what they get them business. Okay, so the experience gets them excited. It makes them want to talk about it. It makes it less of a task or feeling like they just doing it because you told them to do it. They actually want to do it because they experienced it, okay? But now, because they have actual results, they have something tangible that can get them business, okay? So right now, when I bring in my distributors, instead of me being on top of them, like, did you watch your videos? Did you have you filled out your 7 success worksheet? Have you filled out your 100 list? These are all things that I want them to do, but instead of that being my priority as a leader, what I do is the first time I'm on the phone, I say, let's go ahead, call me when you get your kit, okay? Because I want to put together a schedule, a rack schedule for you, okay? Who is it? Who is it?
Lexi.
Oh, come on in. What's your name?
Hello.
Hey, Monet.
Hi.
How are you? Who's team? Are you a distributor? Oh, who you got another guy? Oh, okay. Come on in, girl. So you coming to get rap?
No,
Just watch?
to distribute.
To sign up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That ain't got stuck at work, but just come on. So we're just these are all distributors, and we're just going through some basic training. So you'll just, so you can chill out. Yeah. Do you want a chair, or is the floor okay, or you want a chair? Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So when they use, so what I was saying is that I help people. My goal is to really just get them using those 4 racks. Okay. Because a lot of times when people come into the business, that 99 is the last money that they'll have until they start making money in this business to buy other stuff. I mean, you have some people that come in and boost, and that's great. But 99% of people that you sign up will just get the $99 kit. Okay, so if they're not using those 4 racks on themselves, it could be months before they ever get to experience any product, which basically is going to stall their growth in this business because they're not speaking from a place where they understand it, a place of excitement. So it's very, very valuable for people to use the product in the kit. Okay, that's also why we really push when we have those BOGOs or the free wow, those are opportunities for them to not only get product for themselves, but to also get product to start making money, so they don't have to choose. Okay, so that's why those are always big. So when someone comes in, stay on them about getting their rap results. Okay, once they get, so let's pause right there. Okay, if you know, so actually let me back up one more thing while I'm thinking about it. When I'm talking to a potential distributor, before I assume that they're gonna get the basic business builder kit, I have a conversation with them to make them understand the importance of them getting personal results in this business. And what that does for me is it makes it where they're coming in with more product. And obviously that's great because my sales are higher, but it's also great because their results are going to be that much better. So I'll literally say a one-liner in every call. I'll say, I guarantee you the better results you get, the better your before and afters you have, the more money you'll make. And I say, would you agree that if you lost 5 pounds in 5 days, you would have some family and friends interested? And they'll be like, absolutely. Everybody will want to know. And I'm saying, if you were able to, get rid of your belly in 45 minutes, do you think that you would have some people interested? And they say, absolutely. And so what I do is a lot of time I'm bringing people in with even more product because they already understand the better picture I get, the easier the conversation will be, right?
So yes, we all love 1 wrap results, but we know 4 wrap result pictures are easier sale. Or we love, 30-day hair challenge pictures, but 90-day hair challenge pictures are even better. So the better the result, the better the picture, the more leads you will get, the more money you will make because it's intriguing to people. Okay. So above everything this year, guys, getting really good pictures is something you want to focus on. Okay. So that's the point that I want to talk about today. That's very basic, but I've been seeing a lot of ugly pictures going around. And not ugly in the sense that the people are ugly, ugly in the sense that it doesn't captivate the results. Like it doesn't convey what the results are, okay? So I want you all to practice your pictures, okay? So let me give you an example of the difference between, I can't pull up right now, but an example of a good and bad before and after of a wrap picture, okay? Stand up, Chastity. Yeah, this is our team. They're all around the world. Fallon's on their live from work, so you can say hey to her.
Hey, girl.
Okay, so if you have a client, all right, number 1, you want to get your lighting right, okay? When you're doing wrap results, it's very, very, and I'm taking time on this, guys, because it makes a difference. Yeah. Like top distributors take the best pictures. Especially if you're using social media. Even if you're not using social media, because if you had a wrap party, you showing pictures. If you blitzing, you showing pictures. So you want to master before and after pictures, okay? If I'm taking a picture, I really want to make sure that there's not a whole bunch of shadows, okay? But I also want to make sure that I'm taking it far enough back so that when I put in my side-by-side apps, it's not too close, okay? So this is an example of too close. Now, does that mean that you can't take close-up pictures? No, you can take close-up pictures because you may want to, get a closer look on stretch marks, right, for them to see. But in general, for your social media pictures, you want to get a full body picture. Or I normally do about right here. Okay, do you have like a framing app right here? I can do it. Okay. Okay. So, prime example. When I did maybe
Might take a case off. Yeah.
Oh, it's a case. Okay. So
I can take the case off because this is hard.
okay. So when you take a full body picture, right, you will be able to zoom in on the stomach. Oh, sorry. This is the full body side. You'll be able to zoom in on the stomach. When you take something too close, the whole belly can't even get in there. Okay? So when you, in theory, you would think, okay, I gotta get on the belly. But you can't get on the belly because it'll make it too tight. And when you do before and after, half the belly is cut off, you can't even see. Okay? So take your pictures further back, full body, so that you can manipulate it better when you do your side-by-side. Okay? All right. Also, I see a lot of pictures like this. This creates a shadow. Okay? When people have their hands like this for before and after, you want to have their hands to the back. Okay? Because this is going to create shadows where, for us, tightening and toning sometimes can be so, minimal in the first wrap that you got to see every crevice, not a shadow. Okay? So bring their hands to the back. Okay? Also, you want to make sure that you bring the pants down low enough where the belly, the entire belly is showing, okay, for both the before and the afters if you're doing before and after in the same setting, okay? So ideally, if you're at a wrap party, you want to have the waist come down below the waist, okay? Don't have the before picture all the way down here and then the after picture all the way up here.
because our prospects are so critical that they'll say, oh, her waistband is just in a different spot, okay? So try to keep it like, this seems like I'm being too detailed, but if you're gonna focus on anything, focus on this, okay? Because one picture can change your entire business, okay? So it's so important that you get good pictures in this business. Who is it?
Hi, girl. Nice to meet you finally. This is one of my distributors, and I never met her in real life.
Over a year.
Okay. So yeah, so hands to the back. Okay. Also, make sure that you're taking front and side pictures. Okay, because a lot of times people will get phenomenal front, but some people get even better side pictures. Okay, front and side pictures. Now, when it comes to helping your clients take pictures, this is something that a lot of people don't spend time on. I started spending more time on, just like I'm spending more time with my distributors, I spend more time with my customers too. I literally will like send examples to them on how to take good pictures, okay? Because once again, I know if they can properly track their results, the easier my life is, okay? All right, the easier my life is, all right? So if you have one goal in 2016, and this is gonna sound crazy, I want your goal to be to take good before and after, okay? Take good before and after pictures. Okay, and that encompasses a lot of things because you can't take before and after pictures if you're not using the product, right? So it starts with using the product, okay? When you get your brand new distributors, get them using the product. In the beginning, you guys should be taking pictures every single day, okay? When new distributors get kicked, okay? So, and the reason why is because people like instant results, right? So if you can show your family and friends, look, this is what happened in 45 minutes, this is what happened in 24 hours, this is what happened in 72 hours, okay? Then this is what happened with 1 wrap, this is what happened with 2 wraps, this is what happened with 3 wraps. Like you wanna have almost like 20 pictures from one treatment, okay? Because what that does is that gives you a plethora of angles where people cannot deny that you got amazing results, okay? And it also makes it where you get an understanding of the value of the full treatment. So when you're talking to your customers, you want to let them know, look, and that's how I get a lot of customers to go from just trying one to actually doing a full treatment. It's because I say, yeah, you know, I had my first result. I couldn't deny that something happened, but I definitely saw phenomenal results by my 3rd wrap result. So what I normally do is I show them my first wrap result, I show them my second picture, and I show them my 3rd picture. And they say they see the immediate difference, and it's almost impossible for them not to want to do the full treatment versus just trying one, okay? All right, so do the entire treatment, document the entire treatment, okay? Once your new distributors get amazing before and after pictures, or if they're doing something other than the wrap, like a lot of people will probably start coming in with the full system, because a lot of people want to lose weight as well, okay? You want to then show them what to do with those pictures, okay? So before I go into that, I also want to stress that sharing your journey versus just sharing end results will make you more money, okay? And it's because, especially on social media, people work in time spans, okay? If I'm looking for something, right, and say my wedding is in 9 days, do you think that I'm gonna wanna buy the product that got the person results in 3 months, or the product that got the person results in 3 days? Because I don't got 30 days, right? So it's important that you have time stamps on your pictures, because I've noticed that if I say this happened in 7 days, my sales go through the roof. If I say this happened in 90 days, it's not as fast, because people want stuff now. Now, some people who want to see that it's even better results over 90 days get excited because they're like, dang, she's still losing. But your first few days, even if you don't look how you want to look by the end, is so crucial. Okay? I see a lot of distributors say, oh, well, I'm just going to work on my personal results. And once I get my personal results, I'm going to go out there and go hard. Well, you missed the real sweet spot, because the real sweet spot is those first few pounds that you lose in 3 days, or the first pounds that you lose in the first 2 weeks, because people want to see what's going to happen fast. Okay, because most weight loss systems will give you results in 30 days, but most weight loss systems will not give you results in 45 minutes or 7 minutes, right? And that's the beauty of our products, is that most of them will give you results fast, okay? So when you're labeling your pictures, try to keep them clean, you know, try to just do a minimal, simple border before, after, or January 1, January 7th, you know what I mean? Don't put a whole bunch of words on it. Sometimes just put before and after and put what you want to say in the caption, okay? Because you want your picture to be your focal point, okay? Does anybody have questions about pictures?
What was the app that they said? Do you remember like the app for Android? Was it just TikTok? What was it?
Well, they got millions. Like if you go and just put like photo grid type app, collage app, it should be. I personally use Dipstick. That's my favorite. That's really easy. It allows you to do multiple pictures at once. You can do one at a time.
I like the photo grid, but I'm saying like taking hands. Because I think Alyssa one night they talked about, you know, kind of what you're saying, how clean the picture is.
Yeah, you should not enhance before and afters though. Okay, don't put any filters over your before and afters. Enhance lifestyle pictures, nature, selfies. But when it comes to before and after, like someone can see a picture in its raw form and then see it 5 days later, 10 shades darker or lighter, and they won't believe your product anymore. Okay, integrity is so important, so just keep it filtered. Even if, you know, a little light, unless you're going to make it where, like, say it's super dark and you just brighten it, not putting a filter on it, but putting the brightener on it, that's fine, so they can see the raw results clearer. But don't put like a filter on it that's going to make their skin look flawless if they have stretch marks. Okay.
How do you put the disclaimer on the pictures? Do you have the same?
Yeah, so I have the actual disclaimer saved in like the notes section on my phone, and then I just copy and paste. I use the app Over. It's called OVER, Over, and literally I just can paste it and I can shrink the size, and I normally just put it at the bottom. Some people have already like a disclaimer that they have saved as a picture, and then they just add that picture on like Fonto, which is another app where you can like add pictures on top of pictures.
Oh, okay, I know that one.
You can do that too if you have like your disclaimer typed up and saved as a picture.
What? She said I have disclaimers on her photos. I see. I don't think it matters. They're not really watching those.
Right. Exactly. No, I never put disclaimers on my picture until compliance is like, that's a leader. So do you all understand the value of people getting results? And I can drive this point home one more time. Okay. In September, after I went presidential, I went and I called all of my leaders that were Emerald and above, and I said, out of your runners on your team, do they have before and after pictures? And the answer was every single person that's doing well, and well doesn't mean that they're diamonds and above. It means they're enrolling customers regularly, distributors regularly. All of them have their own personal results. Okay. And then I said the other people that are struggling, do they have before and after pictures? No. They've either done one wrap or no wrap. Okay. It's literally virtually impossible to be successful in this business without results. Okay. Ideally, you want them to be your personal results because of that whole experience piece. But if you're that person that's super fit, super skinny, long hair, perfect skin, long nails, have plenty of energy, don't need vitamins, and you have no need to use our products, okay? Because some people say, I just don't need our products, okay? This might not be a good fit for you. But if you are that person, use the products on someone close to you, Okay, and I say someone close to you versus a client because whoever's close to you really shares the same circle as you. Okay, so the difference between you using person results or someone close to you results versus a stranger is that people know you. Okay, if you're scrolling down a timeline or if you're at a party, if I come across a picture of someone's before and after and I don't know them, it doesn't leave a lasting impression or resonate with me because I just don't know them. It doesn't pull on my heartstrings or doesn't make me say, I actually look good. But if I scroll past a picture of my auntie and all of a sudden she's, looking banging, I'm gonna stop because I know that person, right? In a world that's filled with before and afters from shapes, potions, motions, you want to have a picture that your warm market will connect to. And they will only connect to pictures of you and your boo or your sister or someone that they all know, right? So if it's not you, find somebody that everyone that you know knows too, because they're only going to stop and look. If you go and post my pictures, you may get a few hits, but if you post your own pictures to your own page, you're going to get way more hits, okay? Do y'all agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. So if you know that your personal results get you the most hits, that means that you want to teach that to your team members more than anything, okay? Stress more than anything, guys, to just use the product. Just take pictures. And nothing worse than somebody that used all 4 apps and didn't take no pictures. Okay? That to me is like just step into moving traffic. Because you literally just lost millions of dollars for you. Okay? Taking pictures seriously. Okay? Once people get their pictures as their sponsor, you want to show them how to utilize those things. Okay? This is where it gets exciting because you can meet up with them and show them how to do it. If they're not in your city, you can put something together for them. Or if they're, independent and they don't need you, they can put together something. Okay, so we're talking about either putting it on social media, putting together some captivating caption that talks about, why they decided to invest in their health. Or I've always been slim, but after my baby, I got a Molly pouch. Or, I was getting ready for, a beach vacation and I just needed something that was going to work there. Whatever their story is needs to be captured in that, okay? It cannot just be, have you tried that crazy rap thing, call me at 404. It can't be that, guys. Like, we're past that. When I joined, that's all I used to put, and I made tons of customers. But guess what? That was 3 years ago, okay? So, social media platforms stay the same, but the methods that are utilized change by the day. It's stuff that I could put on Instagram last year that would give me leads that is just boring to people now, So social media changes day to day. The culture changes day to day, which is why it's kind of important to kind of be out there to see what other people are doing so that you can keep up with the times, okay? Okay? So when they get the picture, say, okay, great, you have your pictures now. Now I want you to go and post it on social media. Now I want you to go and I want you to write a list of 100 people. I want you to send the picture to those that you feel comfortable with. Because everybody on that list, you can't just send a picture of the belly to them, right? Okay? But there are going to be at least 10 people on there that you can just send it to and be like, y'all don't see these ads or killing these folks. It could be whatever you want to, like your personality. Send out your picture, you will get picked. All right. What are some ways that you all currently utilize before and after, and that have turned into customers?
I post on Facebook, Instagram, that works. I haven't started and also if I have people that like my pictures on Facebook or Instagram, and after I kind of introduce it, saying, oh, well, what is it that you like, or what is it you're interested in, and they say, oh, well, I was interested in these raps or piercing nail button. I have a album on my phone since the last time that we were here, and I keep and I send that okay, well, does it really work, or does it work for natural hair? I know piercing nails, that's what people are asking, well, you know, I wear weave, so can I? So you say yes. You know, here are the results. You know, you just have to make sure in between the taking your pictures. But I haven't really focused on showing them how to take pictures.
Yeah.
A lot of times I get pictures that doesn't show you.
Exactly.
Like you said, it works so great and you love it.
Yeah.
But when I got the picture, I'm like, I can't.
So this is what you gotta be on yourself about pictures. You gotta be on your clients because their results is what gets you more results, right? Because after you get your results, you're gonna get hits, you're gonna get customers. Now it's time for them to get results. If they don't get pictures, guess what? That road ends there. If they do get pictures, what do you do next? You tell them to send their pictures to all of their friends, right? You then take their picture and post it to your social media. Then their picture gets you more hits. And their picture gets you their friends. And it just keeps going, okay? So a picture can literally lead to leads, which leads to business, which leads to more results, which leads to more pictures, which leads to more leads. It's nonstop. If you're getting good results, you should never be out of business, okay? This is where you start building your business, okay? And this is another point I want to make. For some of those who still haven't quite got it, because there's some of y'all that's online or right now that's thinking, okay, great, we get a used product, and you think that that's like not the priority. But let me tell you, this is the number one priority because products make it where, huh?
They can't hear.
Oh, really? They haven't been over here the whole time?
That's what she said.
All the time, they just
Well, they obviously could hear at some point because they all knew to check in. Can they not hear like I'm not loud enough or the speaker is not loud? Okay.
Right here. Handle, right here. You have a cracker. I've been holding for 30 minutes.
Hey, and mommy said no.
Okay. Now, when it comes to recruiting, okay, if you are leading with the product, basically everybody that comes, like that you're having a conversation with, most of them are coming to you because they want to try your product, right? But one of the things that we talked about earlier today, that distributors are just glorified customers, right? So that means that basically you need to be, your job is to explain to them that doing the same exact thing that you're going to be doing as a customer, you also have the opportunity to do that, but collect the check. Okay, and they'll say, well, how? Okay, instead of you getting a product, so you having an auto ship to get your wholesale pricing. Today, you get the license, you get the product, okay, and you get the wholesale pricing. Your first few customers that you refer, you get more free product. Any referrals that you get after that, you get 10% off of their sales. If people feel like they're just been a customer that gets referrals, to them that seems doable, okay? If you're not putting that option in front of every single person, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you're overcomplicating the distributor role and looking for, you know, the next Forbes top 30 under 30 to be on your team, you're doing too much. Because guess what? You don't have to be smart to be in this business. You don't have to be sharp. All you gotta do is use the product. Okay, you don't even have to be the ultimate hustler to be in this business. Because guess what? The people that are ultimate hustlers will be ambassadors in this business. The people that just want to use the product and get referrals will be your $400. Okay, everyone plays a role. So don't feel like you have to have a certain personality type. Stop overselling the business where it has to be this big thing because it's preventing a lot of you all from getting people that can at least get you volume. And remember, customers is how we get paid. You can sign up 10 distributors today who are the ultimate hustlers, but if they don't use the product, which gets them customers, nobody's gonna make any money. Okay, so in 2016, use the product and take pictures of y'all using the product. Okay, and then get so super creative with how you get that picture in front of people. Okay, so vendor events, blitzing, social media, texting people, webinars. I did something last year where if I had clients that had super amazing results, I would get them on Google Hangout and I would do like a live interview with them just so people could hear it from the horse's mouth on how they got these results. That was huge for me. You can do short videos. I remember I did a rap party and I had a lady who was like 85 years old. I wrapped her chin and just you could see almost tears to her eyes what the rap did for her chin. That got me so many clients. It also got me like 100 likes. I never get likes on rap party pictures. People gave me 100 likes because I had a video of a lady saying like, I haven't seen my neck like this in 30 years. And I did it before and after right next to it. And people love that because they could emotionally connect to how the experience made her feel. So really get creative, really capture the client experience, okay? Have I drilled that point enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's Megan, did we get any updates on that? Okay. Cold messaging. So, I can only train you guys on what I'm good at. I don't cold message, okay? So I can't give you in theory, I can give you in theory what I have heard people do, okay? What I'll do instead is tell you why I don't cold message, okay? I just feel like this is a relationship business, okay? And so instead of me, what some people do is they cold message, they follow people blindly, they do things that are literally in my mind just going through the motions to say I messaged 10 people today. But if you message 10 people who you haven't interacted with in 15 years, the likelihood of them closing is slim to none. So it's almost like, what was the point, right? So if I'm gonna spend 10 minutes of my day, it's not gonna be cold messaging people. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend 10 minutes of my day going and interacting on people's pages. And I talk about social media a lot because, not just because I build my business on social media, but because the world lives on social media, okay? So when you think about what you did before you joined this business, you were still on social media, right? So the average person is still on there once a day, okay? And so what I'm doing is I'm liking other people's pictures. I'm commenting on pictures of their babies. I'm going to my breastfeeding moms group and commenting on people's pictures of their, children sucking their nipples. Oh, that's so adorable. I miss those days. It'll be stuff like that where, to me, that makes it where, you're interacting with people, you're bringing humor into your conversations with people, you're showing love to other people, and in turn, what happens is they go and they look at your page. Ultimately, on social media, that's all we want. All we want is for people to come to our page, and we want our page to look pretty enough and intriguing enough that they want to tap the link to find out more about us or about our business, okay? So your ultimate goal is to get people to your page. I know that my social media pages are my moneymaker. So I bring that into play even when I'm in person with people. I talked about last time how I was at a bachelorette party, and I made sure that I follow everyone, that I hashtag all of the things that we did that weekend, so they can start following me on social media, because even if they don't become customers or ask about my product this week, if they're following me, at some point they're going to see, right? If I meet someone in the store, I don't even get phone numbers anymore because most people don't even answer foreign phone numbers anymore. That's just not the way we live in 2016. Instead, what I do is I say, are you on Facebook? Are you on Instagram? Follow me. And I'll pull up my name on their phone and have them follow me, because I know even if they don't call me today, even if they never pull out my Blitz card again, it could be 2 weeks from now and they see some amazing picture of someone's luscious hair, they want long hair, and they're gonna go and tap on me, okay? You never know when it'll convert. As long as you're present on your page, as long as you're constantly showing up, someone will come and be intrigued by your page, okay? In the meantime, you want to be building relationships in a casual way. So to me, it's a waste of time to cold message, personally. I mean, I do it in desperation sometimes. Like if I'm getting ready to promote and I need 5 customers, I may go and message 500 people, and I might get one person out of that 500 people. I kid you not. You know what I mean? But that's also a last minute resort type thing. That's not how you run your business on a daily basis. How you should be running your business is building relationships so that when you do message someone, it's not necessarily cold, right? It means like we've been liking each other's pictures for 6 months, girl. We're BFFs at this point. So if I'm messaging you, the person is not offended. They're like, oh, hey, girl, what's up? Because y'all already had exchanges in other forums, you know? Or like if I send people messages, if they've liked my picture on Instagram and I say, girl, thanks for the love, more than likely they've liked other pictures and I haven't, you know, hit them up. I'm just letting them like for a little bit and then I'll go for the juggler ad. But it's not just messaging people that I ain't never seen a like. I don't know why they follow me. That's just weird to me. Some people do it, but I just feel like it's not personable. And for the amount of time that it takes to just cold message hundreds of people, I'd rather go and tell someone that they look pretty on their selfie because I know that they're going to come back and look at my page and more than likely become a customer. Okay. Some people do call message and there's scripts out there. Y'all can let me know how it goes. I don't have personal experience in it. Okay. How to be prepared for the busy season. So this will also tie into Chastity's time management. The busy season is just that. You're going to get a lot of leads, a lot of hits, and you're going to also get a lot of customers, okay? So it's very, very key that you can be organized. So you have to create a system that works for you. What I realized is that the easier my system is, the better I do. So meaning like I don't use Excel spreadsheets to track customers because what happens if I randomly get a customer and then I get super busy and I never go to my Excel spreadsheet. So when I'm referencing who I need to follow up with, I literally just live directly from my loyal customer emails that I get from It-Works and I just put them in a folder. Okay, or I'll screenshot people before I move them. You have to figure out what works for you. But number one, you need to know, who are your customers. Like if you're enrolling by the minute, you need to be sending them welcome emails. You need to put a reminder in your phone. It's about creating habits for yourself. Okay, and my most profitable month is not because I did a whole bunch of business, it's because I was very organized. Okay, so that means that in a non-organized month, if I talk to someone on the phone today and they say, okay, well, that sounds good. Let me talk to my husband. I'm going to talk to you next week. I say, okay, cool. And that's it. In an organized month, they'll say, okay, I'm going to talk to my husband. I'll say, okay, great. So I'm going to touch base with you next Monday. I'm writing it down right now. I'll write it down in my calendar while I'm on the phone with them. So that makes it where for me, next Monday, even if I completely forget, by the time I go to my calendar, it's right there. That also means I gotta check my calendar every day, okay? So checking your calendar, writing stuff on your calendar is a daily habit that most of us don't do, but it's a habit that will make your commas increase just because you're organized, okay? Also in the busy season, you just wanna make sure that you're doing at least 1 to 2 things a day, okay? I personally feel like your days should consist of putting something out there, all right? So whether that's a picture, okay, whether that's a video, whether it's not even It-Works related, whether it's just a selfie. Somebody needs to see your face every day, okay? Somebody needs to see your face or your product every day. That's the first activity. The second activity is that you need to follow up with somebody every single day, even if it's one person, okay? If it's someone that likes your picture, if it's your cousin that still hasn't bought from you, if you following up, if you posting one time, selfieing one time, doing something at least one time a day, and following up at least one time a day, you will get steady business. Okay? Sometimes I suggest starting out with just one. Because once you do it and you see how easy it is and how that one habit helps you to kind of bring in leads and business, then you can step it up to 2 things. My daily quota is 3 things. And that's minimal compared to what it will probably be once Parker goes to daycare. Like I'll probably do 10 things a day because I'll have that time. But when you don't have a lot of time, it should be 3 things a day or 3 interactions, okay? Also, in the busy season, you want to book parties, okay? If you know that for 2 months, everybody that you want to be customer will only have money to buy from you for 2 months. You need to be working your hardest in those 2 months. Okay? For 2 months straight, okay, you need to be very, very consistent in your business, more than anything. So that means that if normally you do something once a week, you need to do something 5 times a week in the business season, okay? Because you will make your most money, or you will set yourself up to make your most money in February and March, period, okay? February and March is when African Americans have the most money, disposable income. That's a fact. Okay. Yeah.
So did you notice the difference in your business when you send out welcome emails to your clients? Because I never do that. Is it really like?
Well, for me, it was more so that I didn't have to call all of them and walk them through how to rap. So like my welcome videos include a how to rap video, how to take your greens, like it's a template that I use. And I do it also so I can know when to check in with people. So like I can literally go to my email and see who bought products, 2 weeks ago and check in on them. So the welcome email is so that I don't have to be on the phone with everybody. It makes it where it helps me keep track of my customers. It helps me, make sure they have something to refer to. I also put their referral link in there. So they're also, like I had it worded where they get say they want to get free product, click this link. So that has also gotten me a lot of referrals. So it's just something that I do that helps my customers know what to do with their product so they can get better results. I also have a piece in there about the value of their pictures. So it helps them get more pictures. I also have something in there about if you take pictures of your entire treatment, I'll get you some free product based on your picture because they most likely will get a referral. So to me, it's just an extra step that helps me build business, and it also helps me keep a tracking system.
But now it works
It works sends an email with their login, but it doesn't include a how to rap video. It doesn't, now all of these things are accessible to them. I only did it because people were still texting me, well, when do I take my greens? Right. And so instead of me having to, because I enroll so many customers sometimes, it's hard to have to text 5 different people what to do for triple threat or what to do with the system. I'd rather just have it all in the email to just shoot out.
Yeah, that makes sense. I usually tell them, text me when you get your product. And if I don't hear from them, I'll say, hey.
And that's fine too. It serves the same purpose. So if emailing is an extra step for you, don't do it. You know what I mean? Like if you already have a list of set texts that you send out to answer questions or a link or whatever or a video, just do it via text. Okay. How to reboot momentum. This is a good one because we have a lot of people that's either been here and had a heyday and trying to come back. I think that when it comes to a reboot, it's very essential that you do not let whatever happened, good or bad, in previous years have anything to do with your current year, right? Because everything changes year to year, month to month, right? So like I could have had a stellar 2015, and that me having a stellar 2015 could make me chill this year. But I can't do that. What I have to do is I have to go into every single year as if this is the first day of my business. Okay, so that means that some of the things that I may have done that work, I may continue doing. Some things that I never did that I always want to do, I'll do, right? When I'm doing a reboot in my business, which I personally feel like I'm doing a reboot because I was on a different wave this year. Like, y'all don't understand. When I was on that cruise, baby, these girls is making a lot of money. That's all I gotta say. These little 26, 23-year-olds, 70, 80,000 like it's nothing. And being like, oh yeah, this is gonna be my next ambassador. The way that we talk about rubies, that's how they talk about ambassadors. Like it was a girl sitting at my table who had 35 presidentials under her. Like it was nothing. Like it was water. I'm like, this took me years to get a presidential. How am I have 35? And I think it's just a mindset thing. Like when you look at something like, oh, this is doable, it happens, And so with that being, but I also realized that once again, they were just doing, I'm like, so how did you get, you've been in the business. I think the girl joined maybe 3 months after me. And I was like, you're an ambassador, you're a top 20 earner, and you have multiple presidentials and ambassadors under you, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I just build my business through parties. I do 2 to 3 parties a week. She does 2 to 3 parties a week. They're not all her parties, but they'll be like her team members' parties, and maybe once a week she does a sample party. And she was like, that's what I do. She was like, I'm still trying to figure out Instagram. Like, we got ambassadors that still don't know Instagram. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, just kind of being in the room and seeing people are doing some basic stuff. And I've been doing a whole bunch of non-basic stuff, and now I'm not an ambassador, you know? So I think that it's comforting to know that I literally just have to keep using my products and posting, you know? And I think that that's what made me so excited about 2015 is that I found like I finally found something that worked for me. And it was like, oh, what worked for me was so easy that other people can do it too. Because what I was finding, especially like in my earlier years, I was doing stuff and it was working for me, but it wasn't working for other people. So it wasn't as fun because it was like, oh, all of this worked for me, but like my team still can't get one customer, you know? And so what I do now is literally, I realized when I did the triple threat that my personal results got me so many hits. Okay, so now I post my results more than I post anybody else's. You know, even if it's not a before and after, if I just look super skinny in an outfit or I feel like my hair looks really long, I'll put something in my caption. You know what I mean? I wear my gear everywhere. I blitz more than I used to. Like I never used to blitz, ever. And I do it all the time now. So it's just like little habits that are simple that I've started to do that anybody can do. In a reboot, you want to find something that's different from the things that depressed you before, right? So if you were in the business before and you hated doing Instagram, don't do Instagram no more, okay? Something that I've always wanted to do was really expand my business on Facebook, and that's what I plan on doing. That has excited me so much that it's like I'm starting all over in my business. Okay, because it's like, oh, let me see if this works. Let me see if this works. Let me, do this new advertising, or let me do this new cover photo, or let me do whatever. Like, find something that's different. I also rarely do parties. So the fact that my challenge for myself is to book a party every week, that's exciting for me. So you have to find something that's going to get you excited about your business. Getting results for a lot of people gives them a reboot. Okay? Because it's nothing like coming with some fresh before and after. I just got a new before and after picture the other day, and I can't wait to post it because I know that it's going to give me a lot of customers. Okay? So a lot of times, starting new with a new product will reboot your business. You've never taken greens before, start taking greens once a day for a week. That's going to be a reboot. It's going to be a reboot for your system, but you're going to have some results that show a scale, and it's going to get you customers. If you want to reboot, start taking hair, skin, nails. Their hair going to grow, it's going to get you customers. A lot of times you can really just reboot yourself to the product. The fastest reboot is to go and do a wrap. Like I've had girls that say, they need customers, 5 customers by tomorrow. What do? I said, well, go put a wrap on right now. Take a results picture for 45 minutes. Put that on Instagram. You're going to get some leads. Happens every time. If I start a week and we almost at the end of the month and I know I need a lot of customers, I go and wrap and I go and take some product, lose a quick 2 pounds in 2 days and put it up there. People go crazy. So the quickest reboot is to reboot your system, your body, and your excitement. Yeah. Did I answer your question already? You did. Okay, great. Thank you for coming.
Have a great wedding.
Oh, yeah. Bye, Kendall.
Bye.
Still come here. Okay. Does that answer your question? What you gonna do to reboot?
I'm starting with face stuff.
Okay.
And hair stuff.
I'm still marrying the skin fit.
You what?
I'm still marrying the skin fit.
I know you are, girl. Okay. So then Megan talked about closing distributors. There's no real answer for like what are you doing wrong. Okay, because number one, I don't know what to say. You could just be like super awkward on the phone and be like stuttering and stuff, and that could be what you're doing wrong. So me giving you like a clear-cut answer, I can't do that. In general, I think that it's important that, to me, when someone told me to assume the sale, that changed my entire approach. Okay, so that whole confidence but not arrogant, but assuming if you're on the phone with me, you want this, right? And now it's just about educating you enough that you can make an informed decision, right? Like that's how I treat every call. So if someone is not ready and I've given them all the answers, I've given them the questions, they ask me questions, then I feel confident that they can make an educated decision when they're ready, right? So if you are leaving conversations that you feel like they still don't understand, or they're saying things that that they still don't have a full, like some people will say things that I'll hear them and I'll say, you still clearly don't understand what this business is about, right? So if someone tells me, like I had a girl tell me that she was too busy to rap. And so in my mind, that lets me know you don't understand how easy it is to rap. Like you think that the rap is like a big process and it's not. So I may say, well, I heard you mention that you don't have time to rap, but rapping takes about 0.2 seconds. You just kind of slap it on and rap and they'll say, oh really? I thought, I had to do some pills with it. You know what I mean? So a lot of times if you hear something or if you feel like they have hesitation in their voice, it's because they still don't fully understand something, okay? So I think that a lot of times when you hear people talk about closing people, it's because it's about asking more and more questions until they have every answer they need to say yes or no, I have the money or I don't have the money. Also, it's about creating exposure, so meaning like every phone call should lead into another phone call until they sign or until they say no. Right? So you also want to make it a habit of if someone says I need to run it past my husband, don't just let them run it past their husband without you knowing when they're gonna run it past their husband and when you're gonna talk again. And then if you talk again and they don't answer, then if someone doesn't answer my call, I'll normally text them and say, hey, we had a 7 o'clock appointment. Did you need to cancel or reschedule? Like I use business terms like that. Like, did you need to reschedule your enrollment, or whatever. And to me, that just gets more like, oh, I'm so sorry, I meant to go to the store, and they'll come back. Some people will straight up ignore. If they straight up ignore me, I feel like that's rude, and I probably won't hit them up for another month. You know what I mean? When I'm trying to fill charts, because at the end of the day, like, man, you really should like your business out. So I don't really chase a lot of people anymore, because I have like that flexibility not to chase people. But if I was chasing people, I would probably give them a week to go back and follow up. But I feel like I have an amazing opportunity, and when you're ready, I'm here. So I don't do a lot of chasing. I rather spend my chasing on like new people. Like if I'm gonna spend 10 minutes, it's not gonna be chasing people that's just still ignoring me. It's gonna be 10 minutes of me going and like somebody's social so they can come to my page. Does that help me? All right.
Did I get your book right?
So we just got a question from Severe. She said, how do you feel about virtual opportunity parties? I think that they're great. I've never done one, and that's just because I haven't had time to set up the videos and get other people to answer questions about. Some virtual parties that people do is they do like they have people talk about the opportunity or talk about the steps of success. I just haven't put together what I need to do one, but I'll definitely be doing virtual opportunity parties. I'll be doing live, like Facebook Live, party tag presentation. So I don't see anything wrong with that. I think it's a great idea. No, you're good. Okay. So we kind of, Lasagna?
She went to
Oh, that's not mommy's. That's not yours.
Maybe did you have any more questions before you leave?
No, but you have like a little hand when I want to get her pregnant.
Oh no, don't worry about that. I'll get it. So sweet.
Yeah, I just understand.
I understand.
Dylan, say good night.
Good night, baby.
Say night night. Bye, you all.
Bye.
All right. Now, Instagram. When it comes to Instagram, I really do think that Instagram is all about beautiful pictures. This your question.
I'm sorry.
So the better the picture, the more likes you get, the more followers you will get. So keeping that in mind, when you're trying to figure out what you're gonna post on Instagram, try to post pretty pictures. Pretty pictures of yourself, pretty pictures of where you are, pretty pictures of your kids, pretty pictures of your dog, pretty pictures of your coffee, pretty pictures of your Bible, pretty pictures of quotes, pretty pictures of hairstyles, pretty pictures of makeup. Like those are the things that people like, okay? So you basically want to create an entire portfolio of really pretty pictures, okay? Pretty pictures means that you need to have a steady hand, okay? So a lot of y'all are posting real blurry and dark pictures. That's not a pretty picture, okay? All right, let me tell you, this is a, no, I'm about to say this. This is a pretty picture, okay? Because this toy has been around since the 80s. I literally had this exact same toy, okay? So I could literally take a picture of this, all right? And you want to make your hand steady. Y'all can't see this, but when you double tap on it, like it literally, it'll zoom in on the object and make everything else in the background like blur out a little bit, and it makes it like crisp and bright. Steady hand picture. Then I may go to like hit tap go, make it bright, you know, give out some edges, and then I can post a picture like this. And what I would say is I would talk about how I had this exact same toy. You know, how I would have never thought that I would see the day where I have a child who has the exact same toy as me. Talk about something about motherhood and inspiration. And I guarantee you that picture would get me like 100 likes. It'll probably give me like 5 comments of people who have the exact same toy or who kids have the exact same toy. And what y'all don't understand is that Instagram is not about the pictures that you post about business. It's about the pictures that you don't post about business, because those are the pictures that get you followers. Those are the pictures that make you relate to other people. Those are the pictures that get you exposure, okay? And once people see that you're posting pictures that they can relate to, that they like, that are pretty, then they just happen to be on your page when you post about your business, okay? So the focus is not really on the pictures about your business. The focus is on all the other pictures, if that makes sense. Who just had an aha moment? Can I get amen? Amen. Okay, so think about something like it works. It's not something that every single person on your timeline will relate to. Okay, not even 90% of them. All right, but 50% of your timeline will relate to coffee. 50% of your timeline will relate to shoes, nail polish, manicure, like things that all women like. Post about that. Okay. You know, if you are, you know, whatever it is that you like if you like home decor, post pictures of like inspirational things, like Pinterest boards, okay? Because a lot of times, like that stuff will pop up on like the explore page, and people will like it, not even knowing who you are, just because it was a pretty picture, and then they go to your page, right? The prettier the picture you have, the more it'll catch someone's eye. You know, that's also the same thing for quotes. Like people are always looking for good quotes to post, right? So if you post like a really pretty quote that you find, you know, people will relate to it. Or sometimes it doesn't even have to be pretty. If it's real, like that post that I put up about like 10 things to do before you're 35, it was like one of my top 9. I never would have thought that, but everybody could relate to it, you know? So you want to post a lot of stuff that you think people would engage with. Yeah. Post things that people will relate to, you know, that people will find funny. You know, I was talking about Beyonce because I know that I have a huge following of Beyonce fans. And they'll continue following me, even though they may hate my network post, just because they don't want to leave Beyonce. You know what I mean? Or people will follow me because they have boys and they, you know, they're like, I'm gonna just keep following you. If you keep posting network, I'm gonna follow her. You know, but mainly it's about posting stuff that people like to see. And then when you do post your business stuff, you now have an audience. And people are like, oh, I didn't know you did that. Or, oh, this does look good. You know what I mean? So, take good pictures. That goes back to taking good pictures. If you want to be on social media, you gotta take good pictures. Also, take good selfies. All right? Does everybody know how to take selfies? No?
Yeah, I mean, I know how to. I'm working on my angles. Depends on my hairstyle.
Yeah. And sometimes selfies just don't come out good. If they don't come out good, just wait till the next day. Don't post it. Okay, no, well, I gotta just post something today. Like if it doesn't, just go and take a picture of your planner. Okay. and like post a cute caption about like, isn't this so cute? Oh, another thing that I do is I also, if I have like popular items like a day designer or like Uggs or something that has like a popping page or a page that reposts customer pictures, I'll use their hashtag and take a really good picture so that they can repost me. So like day designer. One time Parker was like on the floor with it, and I was like, oh, this is a really cute picture of him next to the day designer. And I took it and I brightened it up and I put it and I tagged them because I know they repost pictures all the time. And they reposted Parker and the day designer. It got like 800 likes and I got like 40 new followers. So a lot of times if you buy things from big brands, don't just tag them, use the hashtag because those brands are checking those things daily and sometimes they'll repost you. Or sometimes people are checking those brand hashtags too and they'll find your page. So, you know, like if you post a Michael Kors or just like bigger brands, you know, like anything that you're using to have a brand tag to it, that have a social media presence, like hashtag them. Hashtagging them is more important than tagging them, but they more than likely won't do that. So Sonia, since you're back, you talked about duplication. So we kind of talked about duplication earlier. And I've had this conversation with you before around your people using the product, okay? It's nothing easier than having a whole bunch of people that get good results because they're gonna wanna show off their results anyway. Something that you also have to remember as a leader is that this business is cyclical in nature in the sense that in your mind, you think that your 5 rock stars that you had last year are gonna be your 5 rock stars this year, and that's just not the case, okay? Because guess what? Those 5 people will have life happen to them, okay? So because of that, you gotta have another 5 over here, and another 5 over here, and another 5 over here, and all of these different legs, okay? So when your whole leg falls apart because such and such fell out, or such and such boyfriend dumped her, or such and such is, you know, doing a rebirth cleanse or whatever, you still afloat, okay? So that means that you have to constantly be recruiting. My business will never go stale because I'll never just depend on one of y'all to run it, okay? And any network marketing book that you will read will tell you that you have to constantly be recruiting. Because guess what? The most excitement comes from people in their first 90 days, okay? So even the 5 rock stars that have it, they still not gonna have the energy and excitement as a first timer, okay? So as a leader, you wanna always be around people that just hype, because they keep you hype, right? So if you're constantly recruiting, you're constantly getting fresh ideas, getting new people, and you're getting excited about their potential just as much as they are, okay? But if you still working with the same people that, you know, every month they're trying to reboot, no offense, you know, it can bring you down. You know what I mean? So you gotta be over here so that when these people get out of their 90 days and these people are coming out of their steam, then you can switch back over to them. You know? So it's kind of like whoever ready to work this month, I'm gonna work with you. You know? But you gotta have it where you're constantly recruiting or you're constantly working with different patches so that you're not just depending on the people that was killing it, you know? Because just because people are good don't mean they're gonna be here forever, you know? Because sometimes they just get lazy. Or you hear like Chrissy, she get distracted easily. And she's excellent. Like Chrissy is excellent, but she can't focus in May, but she might focus in August. So you roll her in August. You know what I mean? And so in May, you go find you a new girl. Okay? So you want to constantly be recruiting. And that's going to also keep your volume up because people that's new, they're going to be hosting parties. You know, it's like they bring in so much volume in the beginning, but you always want new, fresh blood. Like it's nothing like somebody in their first 90 days. They bring in the most volume, period. What are some other like duplication issues that y'all feel like y'all have? Because I feel like a lot of times the duplication piece is from people not understanding what the business is also. So as a leader, you want to make sure that you're going back to not overselling the business. Like don't make them feel like this is a 9 to 5.
Yeah, I stopped doing that the last time we said, all right, just introduce them. Let them use the products, let it sell itself. But I don't feel like there's gonna change in like the mindset. You know, because I understand that everybody is different. Some people say use the products. So it's like, I really can't afford to buy the product. Well, I don't know about the products. And I can only do this. I can only do the hair, skin, nail bodies. Or I can't, you know, it's like you can't make them.
And I feel like recruitment, but I also feel like just meet them where they are. Like I have some distributors that even if they just buying hair, skin, and nails, like that 30 BB helps me. You know what I mean? So if I got 5 distributors that all get hair, skin, and nails, you know, and they got 2 customers, like that's 100 volume that I could use. You know what I mean? So I think meet them where they are, but also be on top of them about results. Like, okay, well, I noticed that you still been using the hair vitamins, you still using the skincare products. You know, I know that you still have a couple of wraps. Go and use the product. Like I've had girls, I say, you have wraps at the house right now? And they'll say, yeah. And I'll say, okay, let's go and use them for the next week. And it's like, once they do that, they get reinvigorated. So you got to stay on top of them about not just using them, but also creating something they can share. Because say if your distributor don't want to do nothing. If she got the hair, skin, and nails, and she get great results, the least you can give from her is a picture to go get you some. And something that Fallon does is that if she got team members that ain't doing nothing, but they had amazing results with like brands and stuff, she'll get that there before and after, and she'll go log into their Facebook account, post a picture with a caption, and everybody that likes, she'll go message everyone. So if these people don't want to work, just use their network. Seriously. Or like get pictures from them so that you can go and build your business. Because a lot of people really need to see, oh, dang, you know, that's what happens at rap parties sometimes, is that people feel like they need you there, so you go and you tell all their friends about the product, and they're like, oh, it wasn't as hard as I thought, or, oh, my friends really do want this. So, like, by you literally writing your girls a caption or saying, girl, you got some good results. And I'm like, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. Oh, okay, let me go do it for you. They get 50 likes. You go follow up with those 50 likes. That's 50 customers for them, but it's really for you too. You know what I mean? And once they see that and they see how easy it was off of one post, they're like, oh, I could do that. Or if they get a check for $100, they gonna want that $100 next month too. So they go post once a month. That's fine, you know. But then the people that really catch the vision, it's not gonna be nothing that you did. Trust me. Like it's nothing that you can do to help somebody catch the vision. All right. The people that's gonna catch it is gonna catch it. Because it's gonna be like, you know, something that's bigger than us that made them see it at that time. So stop stressing about how can you help them catch the vision. All right. Just follow the system.
And I'm just gonna keep it simple with everything from products to
simple and consistent.
Yeah.
Because simple is not enough if you do it once a month. You gotta be simple every day.
Yeah.
Right? One post, one follow-up. If you do that every day.
Now I will say that, like for like 2 months straight, I was doing that. Kind of like what you say you do. I would message people who like my posts. I would get 2 or 3 followers for the next day, and I was consistently enrolling more customers. So it really helps.
Yeah,
I can say that
every day. One thing.
Just having like I would literally use my calendar, and I would get at least 2 clients for the following day. Sometimes I may only have 1, but I'll message them and say, okay, what are you free to chat? I literally use the script that Alena posted, and then they would say I'm free on tomorrow or whatever, and I would put it on my calendar. And then I literally had people almost every day that I was following up with. Whether they closed or not, some people didn't close, some, but I would just put them on
you having conversations every day. And it could be 1 or 2 conversations. That's literally how I live my life. 1 or 2 conversations every day. And you'll get a customer every day because whatever the people that you talked to last week will become customers this week, you know? And that's another thing that I was telling Tasha the other day. I was like, don't start working in February, right? Because she was like, I'm gonna get my results this month, then I'm gonna start pushing my results next month. You gotta do it simultaneously. Because number one, people want to see the journey, but also most of the people that you speak to in January are not gonna become customers until February or March, right? So if you want customers in February, you gotta talk to people this month. Or if you want customers next week, you gotta talk to people this week. You know what I mean?
They gotta wait till they get paid. I'm gonna pay to the 15th.
Right. My internet down. My car broke. Yeah. It's always something. So you gotta give yourself a cushion. I mean, some will come right then, but most of them have some kind of leeway. Okay.
Can you ever reach back out to somebody that I guess like if you word bombing on them, can you ever just reach back out to them and say do I need to explain it more or?
I mean, I normally would just come back and say something really simple, like if a lot of times what I'll do is if I get new results, I'll say, hey, well, I know before we had talked about my results, I just want to keep you updated on some progress that I made, you know, because I know that you're kind of doing whatever. I try to make something relatable instead of just being super salesy. Or I'll say, like, I know that you kind of mentioned before that you were into the hair vitamins. I'm doing a BOGO right now. or I know that you were kind of thinking about the triple threat. We just got this brand new system that's even better. Let me tell you why. That's something I was going to tell y'all about the system in terms of marketing. If people come to you and asking what's the difference between triple threat, one of the things that I've been saying that's helped me is that I'll tell them, you know what? Triple threat was a game changer for me and my clients last year because it got phenomenal weight loss results. The only thing that I did not like about triple threat was that a lot of my clients initially had to choose between whether they wanted to do triple threat or whether they wanted to start over wraps. I say with the system, now we basically combine our most popular product, the wraps and the triple threat together, ideally, made it cheaper where people can come in and get wrap results and weight loss results, which has been huge. And they'll say, oh my God, I definitely didn't want to choose. So that's something that has really gotten people excited about knowing the difference between triple threat and the system. And I had a lot of triple threat inquiries that didn't close last year. So it's a good leeway to go back and say, I got something better than what you want.
People do want the wrap. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's not like all supposed to go.
Yeah.
That's true. Let me ask you, have you ever had, like, I had one person who, did the triple threat, but then she said she called and said, I want to sign up as a distributor. I was like, okay, good. You're using the products, blah, blah, blah. But then she called back like last month and basically said, well, I didn't get the results I wanted. So I think I've changed my mind. And I was just like, so then at what point, like, I went through how I thought she should have taken things. And she was doing like her ThermoFit, twice a day. She maybe double up on the fat fighter. And then I started asking, are you eating? Are you working out? Blah, blah, blah. Are you taking your greens? And to me, it was like she was doing the product enough, but maybe not. So what I said, well, why don't you switch out your fat burner this month and why don't you add It's Vital Core? So I did that. So now I'm going to follow up with her on that. But have y'all run into anything like that where you have somebody say they didn't get the results they wanted?
Well, I always speak from personal testimony. Like, I felt like my results were great in my first 30 days, and then I started to plateau when I was just doing strict triple threat. My personal opinion of ThermoFit is that your body adapts to it. So, like, I noticed that if I'm taking ThermoFit every single day, the energy that I got, like, in the first week, I don't get that by the second week. It's kind of like if you drink coffee every day, it doesn't get you as high. So I a lot of times when I feel like I'm not losing like I was, I do scale back on ThermoFit. I only do ThermoFit for energy when I work out, and then I do It's Vital Core, or I may double up on my greens, And so I'll just tell them, instead of me feeling like I'm trying to resell them stuff, what I do is I say, well, this is what I've experienced and this is how I've adjusted. Because I've had clients come back like, hey, I was really losing and now I just don't feel like I am. And I'll say, oh, well, I kind of experienced something like that too. This is what I did. And they'll say, oh, well, let me get that. Or I'll say, because I also realized that a lot of my clients were taking fat fighter pills with their ThermoFit, which shouldn't be done. It clearly says it on the label. Right. So a lot of them, were saying, oh, well, I didn't take them all together. So that was a main reason a lot of people weren't getting results, is because, with fat fighters, literally you're not supposed to take fat fighters with anything within an hour, not just our products, with anything, because it basically will, it'll negate what you're putting in there. Right. So make sure they're not doing that. But yeah, I think that to me, the It's Vital Core works better for weight loss, and ThermoFit works better for burning calories, not necessarily weight per se. It burns calories, it speeds up metabolism, but I feel like when it comes to actually breaking down fat cells, It's Vital Core does that better to me.
Well, that's kind of what I told her, so I see what her results are from that. And then I had somebody tell me that the greens made them sleepy. Like, have y'all anybody heard that? And I was like, well, I can't relate to that.
Yeah, that's true.
I couldn't. I just couldn't relate because I was like, my energy went from like nothing.
That don't even make sense.
Like very busy.
But I don't know, I'm biased, so it's, my clients already know. Like, I'll be like, no, girl, and I say stuff to them like that. Like, well, I don't know if that's our product. You might want to check on that. So you might just, your baby might be wearing you out. Yeah. Well, I'll be like, don't blame that on my products. Because people be like, oh, I broke out in hives. No, that might have been whatever else you was taking. You know, like people be quick to blame our products. So I also am very defensive. I do it in a joking way with clients. Yeah. But if they come back and they're trying to blame
all kind of crazy stuff. I was like, girl, you need to run that past your doctor because I don't want you to die on my hands. Like I say something like that.
Right, you know, yeah. She was like, well, I gave it to my sister because it gave her energy. I was like, well, great. That's the response you're supposed to get. Maybe just a little bit different, you know.
Everybody, it's possible for them to have that paradoxical effect. So,
Yeah.
you know, I usually say, well, generally it will give you energy. That's why we say don't take it with your 3 hours next
Right.
time. However, you know,
Right.
everybody's different.
Yeah. I gotta go down. My mama go here for these children.
Oh, no, I can't.
Thank you.
No,
Bye.
I'm gonna get some.
See y'all later.
All right.
I'm so excited about this conference.
Yeah, that will reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah, conference is gonna have you skipping out of it. It's so much fun.
That's why I have to keep going.
Yeah.
I have to.
It's
Yeah.
so much fun.
I've been crying every
Yeah.
child.
Oh, Lord, I gotta have a tissue for you guys.
Those testimonies.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
I gotta find something well.
Yeah, well.
So you think I should do cocktail, you said, Alena? Go
Yeah.
cocktail? Okay. Well, apparently we need cocktail wear. When they said bling, I was thinking like.
So we're gonna get us some good pictures, though.
I mean, it's gonna be thousands of people. Like the
I can
place
only
is huge. It just be thousands of people. It'd be like 100 bars, different rooms with different kind of DJs. Like it's crazy. People be
The other conference was big.
girl, it's
And I
crazy.
can only imagine it's like all over.
Crazy. Just know it's
It's
crazy.
still sad how quick that thing sold out
That's crazy. I mean, I bought my ticket a week before conference last year.
That's
So I don't know. Now this business is taking off, and all I know,
need to be a part of it.
getting these commas up.
Oh,
I'm getting these commas
Your
up.
face looks so familiar. Are you from Atlanta?
now.
No.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. What side of town are you in?
And
Mhm.
close to 6 miles.
What's your profession? Hair? No, that's not it. You look so familiar. You have kids? No.
It's still an adjustment.
I don't know. Maybe it's just around. You hang out on the south side anywhere? Oh, okay. Okay. No, that's not maybe just had a thing. Oh, I don't know. I pretty much look like you gotta ask Alena. Gotta ask Alena. Right, exactly.
Okay. I'll see y'all.
Congratulations in advance at Mrs. Conley.
Y'all wearing my gifts?
Really?
I'm very excited.
Y'all doing any type of service or?
You know, people
Oh,
are
yeah.
service.
We're not doing no service.
Okay.
I don't want to do service.
Huh?
I said I want to do service on their honeymoon.
I'll be servicing my husband.
Y'all heard that? Cause we live.
You know that service the township.
Oh, wait a minute. You're so crazy. Tell me another trip. Wait a minute. Let's get your shoes up there. No, they. I will say, get your shoes up. All right. Bye, girl. We'll talk later. All right.
Thank you, friends.
I'll let kids do
So you feeling excited about jumping back in?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. Bye, y'all.